Hello, it is Wednesday, November 11th, 2020. I hope that everybody is doing well. I actually had a really good day. It's been the last week or so a bit mentally and emotionally and spiritually heavy for me. And I think yesterday was tough, particularly tough because I was also back for a checkup at the hospital for the first time after having my first round of chemo. Had a but the doctors seemed pleased with how I was doing and the blood work, generally speaking. And my bilirubin number is finally pretty much back in the range or in the number where it's supposed to be. So I am not jaundiced anymore. But it took a while for me to, I think, get to a place where I'm officially non-jaundiced. So what that means is that I had a modified version of my chemotherapy last week. And this week is also going to be modified, but what they had done last time is to have left out one of them altogether, which is called irinotecan. Sorry, I'm really terrible with the names of my treatment drugs and all that kind of stuff. I've always been really terrible with sort of like specific names if they don't seem to have sort of any specific kind of a meaning for me. Anyway, that's a different story. But based on my treatment and based on the fact that my bilirubin number had still been high as of a couple of weeks ago, I had done a modified version of the chemotherapy treatment then. This time around, it's still going to be modified. It's just going to be stepped up. And then the idea is if everything goes according to plan, or that I'm tolerating things well, that the next time around after that, everything is going to be full strength in terms of what they feel I should be getting. So that's where it is. Yesterday was also tough because I was at the hospital. It was long. The blood results, the blood lab, it took them a very long time for them to process the blood work. So I think that also meant that my meeting with my oncology team took a lot longer as well. I'm also somebody that shows up with a lot of questions about a lot of different things. So that I think also takes up time in terms of my appointments as well. But I wasn't feeling great yesterday. And that had me worried. I was feeling some pain in my upper abdominal area, which would make sense because my cancer is pancreatic, and also that because it's spread or metastasized. All these words, these specific kind of words. Anyway, then in my head, my thinking is that if I feel any pain in my abdominal area, that it's as a result of the cancer. So, and then because I was feeling that yesterday, and on top of just everything going on, it was just sort of a stressful day. But I had come home. And I actually went to sleep a lot earlier than I generally do. I actually got some decent sleep in. And by the time that I actually got up this morning, I was feeling a little stressed out by one of the blood results that had come in after I had left the hospital. So let me just explain really quickly. One of the things that I think that I would have mentioned before is that the hospital, the United University Health Network, so Princess Margaret Hospital, Toronto General Hospital, I think that there is another hospital that is a part of the University Health Network. They have an online portal where everything in your health records is pretty much there for you to see. So all your blood work, all the notes that are taken, all this kind of stuff. So in some ways, it's a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it's good to see everything that's there. But on the other hand, sometimes like reading those kinds of notes and things like that, they could be tough. And something like, for instance, seeing one, so they'll show you a result of certain blood tests and what they're looking for. And then it'll show whether it's in a normal range or an abnormal range. And then when you see something that's in the abnormal range and you don't have any context for what it is, and you then look it up on Google, and then Google tells you something, and then in my head, and so what Google told me based on this one blood result was that it may be a marker of a treatment not working. So I immediately went to a place last night when I saw that result of like, what does this mean? But then they also show you trends, and that in this particular marker had like trended up and down for me in the last every time I took my blood when they had taken blood work from me, and I've had a lot of blood work done in the last little while. So yeah, so I saw that last night. I didn't have any context for it. It was high, and I was worried about it. And I was kind of stressed out about it. And anyway, I went to sleep, got up, and the pain that I was feeling yesterday, I'm not feeling today. I'm actually feeling quite good today. I had and it's an interesting thing. There's a difference between am I able to reach up and turn on a lamp, a standing lamp, like am I able to reach up comfortably and be able to do that, versus not being able to. And when I was experiencing the discomfort and some sharp pains yesterday, there wasn't really like the ability for me to be able to do a whole lot physically. I felt like yesterday I was feeling also quite weak as well. So that had gotten me down because my mind goes to like, what does this mean? And all this kind of stuff, prognosis wise as well. So yesterday was a tough day, but today I'm recording this later in the evening. It's currently 7:13. One of the things that is just sort of weighing on my mind is just having enough energy to just go through a bunch of stuff, because things over a lifetime, things accumulate. Like you just end up getting and having a lot of stuff, and you think, I'll use it later, or I'll need it later, or this, has a sentimental value, or, and I'm quite a sentimental person. So, I don't have like a ton of stuff, but enough stuff where I'm feeling like it's good to clear a lot of this stuff out, for my own well-being, like it's just getting rid of like physical clutters. I think in some way is also getting rid of mental and emotional clutter, but also too like eventually so that it's not something that Joe will have to deal with at some point, that he it's going to be a lot for him to deal with a number of things at some point, and stuff is if there's like I'll feel better having the stuff out and out again, like without sort of the visual clutter. I can also have like mental emotional clutter kind of out of the way. So I'm glad to be able to do it for myself. But I think also there is definitely for me this feeling that I also want to make sure that it's not something that Joe is left with at some point. So I got so much of that done today. I haven't really had the energy to be able to do it. Like before, I think with what was happening with my bilirubin number being what it was, or not just the number itself, but what it meant for how I was feeling as a result of that. And then with the chemo a week and a half ago, to just be feeling the way that I am today, and even compared to yesterday, I'm just so thankful for the day that I had today, and just being able to get as much done and feeling good about it. So that's where I'm at. Tomorrow I'm spending another day with my friend Akiko. I mentioned like she's so amazing. She had self-isolated for a couple of weeks so that we could spend time together. And she's actually been so amazing. We spent time earlier this week. She picked me up from the hospital yesterday. We spent a little bit of time yesterday. Today I just, like I mentioned, I felt like I was tired the last couple of days, and just wanted to have an opportunity to maybe just recharge for myself today. So I'm really, glad to have done that. I'm also an introvert, so to have time to myself is actually, it's a good sort of like re-energizing thing for me. Or rebalancing, I think. And also, so tomorrow I'm going to be spending time with her, and then chemo on Friday. And chemo on Friday is apparently going to be 5 hours. So, yeah, there you have it. But what Akiko, again, as amazing as she is, and she's been so amazing on so many different levels, she is going to take actually Greenie into the auto shop for us, because she has she's fantastic, first of all, and Joe has just been trying to balance everything between getting me to appointments, to his business, and other like responsibilities that he's had to take on as a result of me with my illness. And so Akiko, because she also has the relationship with the folks at the auto shop, she's taking in Greenie for us on Friday, because she could be a little bit. She growls a little bit. There's a little bit of a rumbling that we hear, and it's something that I've just wondered about, and I've been talking to Joe. It's like, I think we should get this kind of looked at. But just with everything on our plates, it was just kept on taking sort of like a literal backseat, I guess. And so, and I mentioned it to Akiko, and she's like, you know what, I still have Friday off, so let me do that for you. So she's going to do that, and that's amazing. And like, just can't, it's how the amazing, generous, loving, caring way that she has been, there really isn't words. And I know that she's not just like with me alone. I know that this is who she is, and she's an amazing person. I've been very, 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 very fortunate to have had her friendship and have her friendship now for over 25 years. So fortunate. So that's, I think, the update for today. For any of you who are baseball fans out there, they are announcing all of the awards for this past season. One of the folks who's been interesting actually this past season has like this really huge like social media presence, especially on YouTube. His name is Trevor Bauer, and he's an interesting character, but he is a dominant pitcher, and congratulations to him for winning the National League Cy Young. Our Toronto Blue Jays, Ryu was also up for the Cy Young, but Shane Beaver from the Cleveland Indians won. I'm sorry for those of you totally not interested in baseball, but and at some point I think that I will talk about even some of the ups and downs I've been feeling in relation to baseball. I'll leave that for another time. Anyway, as always, I am so thankful and grateful for all the support and all the love and care that I have been given and feeling and receiving. And I am sending love and care out to all of you too. And I think in every video I say, to hold love and care for yourself, and to also please show love and care and hold love and care for those around you that you love and care for. On that note, thank you. And if you can keep thanking Shrink for me as I go through treatment, I'm forever grateful. And I will talk to you again real soon.